So this is the hot take, the final segment of the podcast where I have searched online through the forums and troll posts online about Dragon Ball to find something interesting that we can discuss. And I have found a post from some random guy online, and they have said an interesting take. And it's a short one, so hopefully we can discuss quite a lot from the back of it. But the take is Grand Priest is secretly evil. And that's it. That's the whole take. So, I think it's an interesting one because I can see where they're coming from.
I've heard this a lot, you know.
Hmm.
I've seen this theory a few times,
Hmm.
and I think people just want to believe it.
Yeah,
I think the a lot of it stems from a lot of like
his
the fact that he
expressions.
just looks very intimidating.
Yeah, well, I think it's also just the fact that he has no regard for life, pretty much, and he kind of encourages the whole tournament of power thing to happen to wipe out the universes. Um, and yeah, the way that he has a complete disregard for people getting wiped out of existence, and he relishes in the fights that happen, and he can come off as potentially being evil. Obviously, he's supposed to be a completely neutral character. We're not supposed to, I guess, we're not really supposed to like him too much or dislike him in any real reason. But he has these looks sometimes, these expressions on his face where it comes off like maybe he's secretly a bad guy.
I don't think he's necessarily relishing in the fight. I think he's just enjoying, like, he's reacting to when Zeno's enjoying things.
Hmm.
Like when Zeno's doing things, he's like, "Yeah, yeah, that's right."
Hmm.
Like he's not when he sees something happen to somebody down on the floor and someone getting knocked out or something like that. He doesn't go, "Yay, that's good." He doesn't react to something that happens on the floor. He reacts when Zeno reacts. So
Yeah.
he's not personally reacting to something that happens. He's responding to what Zeno does.
Hmm. I
I
guess
find, oh, that's how I interpret it.
it's the little smirks that you see him do from time to time as well. Like he's just got like a sly smile on his face. Like they could have animated him to make him look a lot more friendly, and if they did that, then there wouldn't have been any argument because they've done the same with Whis. Whis smiles in the face of danger and stuff, but he looks like a friendly character. But there has been the times where they've changed him, where with Weiss as well, where they've changed his expression, and you can tell that he's like thinking something different,
Yeah.
But
I think we've discussed this quite a lot though,
hmm,
where it's like, what are we intentions? And it's like,
yeah,
I think it's more the fact that he's not evil. He
hmm,
just doesn't care.
yeah,
And I think that's the thing. It's like they've got their own ambitions in my
hmm,
eyes. And it's like it's not that they're evil, it's just that he has no regard for the petty, like anything that the mortals are doing, unless it has something directly unless it directly impacts the Celestials in any way, he has no interest whatsoever, and he just doesn't care.
hmm,
Like unless it's in interest of the Celestials in any way, doesn't really. He just doesn't care, and I think he's too old or he's too. He's just yeah, he doesn't care because I think a lot of the angels are like that.
hmm,
Um, it's like when some of the universes were getting removed. It's like a lot of the angels were just like, I'm chilling. Like,
yeah,
okay, bye. There goes my universe. See ya.
hmm,
Like, some of the angels did seem genuinely sad when their universes got like removed
hmm,
because they did form genuine attachments.
hmm.
However, others didn't. Like, I, like I don't really think Battle seemed that bothered.
No, there
Um,
was a few others like that as well, but I do remember some of
um,
the angels being a bit upset. I guess is the word.
yeah, but others weren't that arsed at all.
Hmm,
Um, but I don't think Battle seemed that bothered at all. She literally like um as soon as her universe went, she literally just went and sat with we straight away. She was just like, "Sorry, all right, guys, how you doing?"
yeah,
And and like didn't care whatsoever.
Mm.
Um, and Weiss had pretty much already said that, like Beers had said, go tell your father what he needs to know to get us out of this tournament. And Weiss was just like, I will do no such thing. No, just have some respect for yourself.
Yeah.
So Weiss is, and I think that carries higher. And I think if Weiss and everybody's going to be like that, Grandmaster's on a whole other level. Like
Mm.
he's going to be top tier version of that. So he's not. He's going to even care even less. And I think that's the thing. It's like he has an even higher disregard for the mortals. So,
Mm.
and I think that's where I struggle because I've seen like video thumbnails where it's like the Grandmaster holding Zeno's head and stuff like that, and it's like, whoa, okay, it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
I wonder just how strong the Grand Priest is because we know he's stronger than the angels.
Mhm.
But since the angels are stronger than the destroyers and everyone else, the Grand Priest, is he stronger than Zeno? Zeno's already known currently to be the strongest character in Dragon Ball, but is the Grand Priest on level or similar? We don't know the extent of his powers, to be honest. Um, and
See, the thing is, yeah,
it's
because the thing about
interesting.
Zeno is
Yeah, carry on.
he has bodyguards. Sorry, go on.
No, no, carry on. I'll come back.
Well, I'm thinking Zeno has bodyguards, yeah.
Hmm.
Zeno can destroy anything in the universe, yeah,
Yeah.
but it takes a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah. So he has to like cast his ring or whatever. It takes say 10, 15 seconds to do it. So he has bodyguards. So does that mean he is physically vulnerable?
I think it must do,
So
right? You've got to
so
think that.
yeah. So let's say Grandmaster's he's got ultra instinct, he's incredibly fast. If he's physically powerful, could he literally go up to Zeno if he can get past those bodyguards and could he literally tear Zeno in half, for instance?
I think you probably could.
If that's the case, he's more powerful than Zeno.
Yeah.
And that makes Zeno not the most powerful thing because that means that if Zeno's able to dissipate, then he needs time to be able to disintegrate
Hmm.
something or whatever. Or if Zeno's in a pinch, threatened, can he do this quicker?
Yeah.
That's
Which I've got
yeah,
to believe that since the Grand Priest and all the angels have Ultra Instinct, they don't need speed. Well, they have the speed capable to do anything within an instant anyway. And
mhm.
just the fact that Zeno needs the bodyguards, that's also making me think, how strong are these bodyguards? We haven't really seen them do anything either. They've just been by his side. Um, so yeah, how strong are the bodyguards for one? Obviously, they don't have the abilities of Zeno, but I'm guessing they're probably stronger than him. And that's why they're bodyguards after all. Um, but yeah, it's interesting because we've never seen the Grand Priest interact too much with the angels. Um, is there a reason for that? Are the angels scared of him? Are they just because we know that Whis is respectful of the Grand Priest, but why is he so respectful of the Grand Priest? Is it because he knows his power and he can do something about it so easily? Um, I don't know. Has we seen some stuff? Has the Grand Priest killed some of the angels who just aren't around anymore? Who knows?
Yeah, it could be like I think they said they used to be other universes, didn't they?
Yeah,
So what does it mean that if they used to be other universes, then
there would have
where
been
the
more
other
angels.
angels
Yeah,
has the priest killed the other angels or something like that? Has
potentially.
he removed other angels previously or something like that? I
Yeah, I
mean, in
mean,
terms of just quickly going back to the bodyguards, they look like Xeno
hmm,
as well. Does that mean they have a power higher than the Grand Priest? I mean,
potentially.
they could have like a sliver of Xeno's power.
Hmm,
Like that's the thing. Like there's so much about that part of the godhead that we don't know.
yeah,
Um, like I think I don't think he's evil personally. I think there's just a disregard.
yeah.
I think that's the important thing. I think I think I think that's the thing. Like we've looked into the intentions of Weiss,
Hmm.
um, and I think a lot of his disregard for life, um, or his disregard for typical life, and his the fact that he cares about the celestial intentions and celestial information, and what's important for the celestials more than mere mortals is very much similar for what the Grandmaster is, and the Grand Priest rather is, and I think that's the same. It's just on a grander scale.
Yeah, and I think just the fact that they've kind of left it open for interpretation as well. Like all we've seen of him is being completely neutral so far. Like yes, he's shown these few sly looks here and there, but he hasn't done anything, and we don't know anything about the character too much really. Um, we just know that he's not really interested in talking to his kids much or interacting with them. But apart from that, we haven't really seen anything of the Grand Priest. So, yeah, if they wanted to turn him evil, they could easily do that. Maybe they do these what if scenarios that people post online, like him killing Zeno or whatever. He could, but why not?
I don't think they could though. I think it would just be too powerful a bad guy. I think it would just be ridiculous.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
Zeno is supposed to be the all powerful that can melt the universe,
yeah,
and then you have somebody who can kill somebody who can melt
no,
universes. It's
but
like
that's the difference between them though. Zeno, we assume, isn't very powerful. He just has incredible abilities, like show-stopping
mm,
abilities. So if the Grand Priest was to kill him because he could, just due to his power and speed and strength and that type of stuff that he has, not because he's got better abilities or anything, because he doesn't have the ability to destroy universes and stuff, but just because he is stronger and able to kill him. Um, I think that could be an interesting arc where, we see more of the angels. Maybe the angels need a team up to try and take down the Grand Priest, that type of thing. We see some
yeah.
angel action since we never see the angels fight at all. Seeing them not only fight but need to team up just to take down the Grand Priest. Imagine a 12v1 fight with all the angels taking on the Grand Priest. We see the full extent of power of the Grand Priest doing all these things just to avoid the angels, which already seems like an impossible task on its own. That would be a cool fight to see. I love to see that, if I'm honest. but
That would be weird. So much Ultra Instinct.
yeah,
It would just like
exactly.
nobody's moving. It would just be
exactly.
standing still.
But just the
It'd be like
fact
the Matrix or something.
Yeah, just the fact that there is potential for a 12v1 Angels versus Grand Priest fight, it would make sense that, eventually the Angels could take him down and that would be a realistic ending. And then that almighty, unstoppable, powerful person that will never be topped is defeated. And now, we don't have Zeno, we don't have the Grand Priest, and a new big bad could come along, which would make sense power level wise because they're not stronger than the Grand Priest or Zeno, but they're stronger than Goku and Vegeta who struggle against the angels, that type of thing. Um, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Potentially, they leave a lot open.
I could see it. I mean, it would be an interesting arc, but I
Hmm.
think as is, they've left it open to not telling us. But I think as is, I don't think they've set it up for him to be evil.
Or another what if scenario I've just thought of right now
Yeah.
is, the Grand Priest takes out Zeno, that bit stays the same. But then,
Yeah.
since all the angels are his kids, he turns the angels on their universes, and we see people like Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus team up to try and take down Whis 3-on-1 style. That's maybe how they get Broly involved as well, 4-on-1, that type of thing. And each individual universe as their like Universal Saga like team take out their angels, and then after that we have like a few from each universe come back to take out the Grand Priest as a whole after all the angels are defeated. That would be cool.
Actually, do you know what I think would be what I like that, where I think would be good is that, except some of them. Reese felt like he knew it was coming, and so he'd intentionally trained
Mm,
as many of the Saiyans as he could, so that he was ready to have fighters to fight back.
mm,
And then some of the other angels just rebelled anyway, so that you didn't just automatically have everybody in. Like you just didn't automatically have like 12 angels or whatever.
mm.
Like you actually had like some rebelling,
Yeah,
because like if you remember in the Tournament of Power, there were some angels who were sad
yeah,
when their universes got eliminated.
mm,
So there were some angels who didn't want to turn on their universes.
yeah,
So I think that would be quite cool, where some of them actually stood by their universes
mm,
rather than just being told to
yeah.
change. I think
And
that'd be quite.
that would also be another way to show off the Grand Priest's power, because if an angel like said no, I'm not going to do it, we could easily see the Grand Priest do some sort of Hakai situation where he just wipes out an angel easily. And since the
Yeah,
angels are basically untouchable at this point in Dragon Ball, see them get wiped out with ease from the Grand Priest shows the power of the Grand Priest.
yeah,
So yeah, it would strike fear, I guess.
yeah. Because you always have like the. I know it's a cheap cop out, but to be honest, this is Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
You can use things like the Super Dragon Balls to bring these characters back.
exactly.
So you could do like a wee sacrifice and stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
we can actually say like I've trained you to do this. This is why I trained you.
Hmm.
Um, you need to do this. And then he goes and sacrifices himself or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, so he gets them to go, but he has to sacrifice himself to allow them to do that or something
Hmm.
like that. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I mean, we know that all of this is just hearsay, and nothing has been confirmed about the Grand Priest
Yeah,
or the angels being evil in any way, shape, or form. And from the following manga arcs and stuff, we know that Morrow's gonna come around, Ultra Ego, that type of thing, Gas as a character as well, Bardock returning. We know all of this is happening, but we don't know what's next. Maybe they do an Angel Lock after this. But what I did actually read is, well, recently it was kind of leaked that the new superhero film is taking place after the Morrow arc. So that's interesting. But that's got
Hmm.
nothing to do with the Grand Priest being
Actually,
evil, anyway.
I didn't actually know that, so I'd be
Yeah,
interested
I
to
think that
see.
was just leaked today as of filming. It was kind of leaked that, yeah, the superhero film is taking place after the Morrow arc.
So
So
I might have to just give up and read, because if they're going to reference it, then
I doubt they'll reference it because the film is the next piece of anime content that
it's
comes
true.
after Super. So,
Yeah,
well, after the Broly film, I guess. So, yeah, I doubt they'll mention Morrow in any way. But if they were to
yeah,
bring back the anime, then they need to go through all of everything else first before they get back up to superhero.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But anyway, that's going off topic. I think we've spoken enough about the Grand Priest. We've given some what if scenarios, and yeah, I wouldn't be against the Grand Priest turning evil if they did something like what we've mentioned. But
No,
at the minute, we have no reason to suspect that he is evil.
yeah,
So
I can see where people might be getting it from, but I think personally, from my thoughts of our past discussions on Whis, I think it's just down that vein
yeah,
again.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it follows the same route as well.